Yo, how's it going, dear beloved people of the world out there in YouTube land? How are you doing? Excuse me for that burp. It's just, I don't know, I just ate, so I do certainly apologize for that. And, well, here is this rat. Delicious vehicle in all its glory. And, I guess I have quite a amount of stuff to show you because I've been moving here pretty quickly. Again, because I gotta sell this thing maybe pretty soon here because, that's how I make my money. Anyway, I ordered some Pete and Jake's street rod shocks, which were chrome in the description on the eBay picture, and I hate when they do that shit. And then they're pretty much remanufactured, they sandblasted and painted them that great, but it's okay. I don't care. They work good and they fit, so thank God. And if you see here, I have some weird shit going on. Do pardon my fronts, but if you do allow me to explain here. So these were the original mounts that I found for the suicide axle split wishbone deal, and these pretty much went here, and this got the axle right, but this axle is not an original Model A axle, and it doesn't have the single pin attachment deals. So pretty much homie from, I think he's from Wisconsin or some shit, had done the geometry for these brackets and he hooked it up. And in consequence to all that, I had these left over, which right now are just mocked up. You see they grab onto these bolts, and these bolts hold the main cross member. It's also welded inside and out, and it's pretty damn penetrative, if I do say so myself. I mean, they aren't pretty good. I mean, I'm seeing lean sometimes or whatever, I hate weld freak dudes that start talking about what rod did you use and this and that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I used what I had, and it actually came out pretty sick. They're not even grinded down or nothing. Just paint it over a little bit, but yeah. So this shit's welded or whatever, and then these bolts hold it. And I'm using this bolt, which I'm probably gonna punch out and get a longer bolt. But I'm going to have to take this brake line out a little bit because I'm also going to run a bead. If you see here, just going to run a bead on it. And that graded bolt and it being welded through there like that is going to just be enough to hold whatever spring tension and the shocks pushing up, That's that. And then this is from a 57 Dodge, which are the shock mounts from my brother. So if you see all my old channel or all my old videos, my little brother, who's actually my homie Skunk, he bought a 89 Lincoln that we stripped off, and then we put that chop top 57 cab and a 48 International nose. So it's a straight lead sled truck, and then I severed the front and rear fenders with a badass running boards, and we made a air ride suspension, slams to the ground. It's sick. It's got a 350 on it. Well, that truck, the leftover chassis, I have it in the back of the yard, and I've been using stuff from it. And this is the original Dodge stamped shock brackets, which leads me to this. It bolts on there, and then I'm gonna come here with a plate that connects these two. And it's probably already a plate that I have. It's from some leaf springs, some heavy duty shit, and it's gonna have 2 bolts. And then I'm gonna run the top bolt is gonna be those bolts that go across like the ones. Oh, well, I have it here. Look, long ass one, like the ones they use for the tailgates. It's like a long threaded rod, and it's gonna go from end to end here. Obviously, it's probably not gonna fit right now because I gotta cut it down and modify it. But it's gonna. Oh shit! What am I doing? I'm sorry. 1922 Cadillac headlight. I'm sorry. Didn't break or anything, but that shit made my fucking heart quiver and my booty hole quench. I'm not even gonna lie, cause that shit right there is like fucking gold. Cliff hooked me the fuck up. Those lenses are irreplaceable, tell you that. Probably somebody restoring one of those cars would want to fucking pay bank for those fucking pristine headlights, I'm tell you, but they belong here. Anyway, I'm not able to place it right now because it's too long, but it's gonna be like that, and it's gonna fucking go all the way across and bolt, and that's gonna be beautiful because that's gonna kind of be like a stabilizing bar if they had any movement whatsoever, but they don't, only the tension, you know. But if they ever flex, that would just keep it. I don't know. It's mainly for design, because I think the bar coming across is gonna look sick. Because I was thinking of, and I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm gonna put this rod. You see it? Well, I have two ends. I'm gonna put them going across from there to there, just so I can have a more complete look between me and you. I don't know if it really is doing anything to it, but I also want to mount a moon tank, and I think those two bars right there going across is gonna be perfect to mount the tank. Anyway, or not, or I might just not put that. I'm still thinking about it. It's hard to come up with your own shit, you know. And then these bottom little brackets are from 2002 Mustang GT rear end that I used for that 67 that I shortened for that customer. You know, that rear end. I got like 3 of them. I think I have some videos up about that. Yeah. We gotta fucking do that. My bad, I got distracted. I saw like a ghost. Anyway, yeah, we gotta. I lost my train of thought entirely here, but back to what I was saying. These are from that Mustang. I kind of just remember the whole ordeal with that truck and everything, but yeah, short of that 67 truck, you can go back on my videos and see it. Again, this is from a 50s Chevy truck mount. So yeah, I have my work cut out there for that one. Anyway, also the signal lights work now. And if you can see this, I think I had to explain that I integrate them inside the bulb. And it looks pretty freaking sick at night. I have a video. I don't know if I'm going to upload it because I think it cuts too much in it. Maybe. I'm really trying not to. Especially because I was having a conversation with this really wise person. And she said that it probably conveys like a lack of intelligence if you continuously curse, and the only reason that you do that is because you're replacing like adjectives, verbs, and all this other nouns and whatever, you know. You're just replacing it with curse words because your brain can't function fast enough to just say what you need to say. And I don't think that's the case with me. It's just which sounds like an excuse, is a way that I grew up, you know. But again, that's why I always say now, excuse my French, and you know, stuff like that, because I actually think it betters you because you're trying to not curse, if that makes any sense. Anyway, but yeah, so the lights work. I still gotta bring the other cover because I'm still bolting down the seats, but these are the new covers for the seats, yo. They're brand new. I was gonna paint those blue ones, and then I was gonna get a reupholstered by a guy here locally for like $150, and I was just going nuts. And then turns out these have a part number because they're actual MP Volkswagen Racing Baja seats or some shit. Excuse me. And so I had got them from this guy for like $40, and those blue covers were ripped. Turns out that part number you can just order new covers for $50 a pop, well, $45 a pop plus shipping. So it ended up being like $109 or something. But I was gonna pay way more to have them here upholstered, and those are just legit, like they're brand new, just black vinyl. This whole thing in perforated metal. That because I needed to get this curve, and I tried to do it in wood, and the wood would break. So I went and got a sheet of perforated metal, and did the alligator all on it. I try to stretch it as much as possible, you can see, and then glue it. But some parts are a little, it's just the alligator was fat or something. I don't know. Again, it's not real alligator; it's synthetic. And the reason I did this, like my logic behind it, and I was explaining to my friend, and it made total sense to her. Like, I'll tell you, it made total sense to you. These trucks were utilitarian trucks, especially now that I ordered the radio block-off plate. Like, this was a truck that came to be used as work truck, and they had no carpet. They had some sort of texturized vinyl rubber, which, it is what it is. It has lines. This one has squares and scales because in people's minds, that's an alligator, and to me, it's just textured vinyl. Which I myself think alligator's sick as shit anyway, right? But I think it goes with the whole 60s Gasser theme. Like, it could have happened back then, and it's black. And the most important aspect to all of this, the key, is that it was cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, your argument is invalid once I say, can you find whatever material that you're talking about that's better? Carpet or whatever. And carpet's just nasty, like, it gets wet and everything. This guy can just wipe it down. And then I'm going to get some carpeted mats, maybe. I want to get diamond play mats, but there's, like... It'd be cheaper to get carpeted mats. And according to some people, it look better. And then, diamond play mats and my... Chrome diamond play mats, in my mind, would look sicker. But maybe not. Maybe it's too much. But anyway, man, I gotta put the battery on. I am gonna, though, so I can show you how this tech works, because it's sick as shit too. Again, is that considered a bad word because you're not using it as an insult? I don't know. But yeah, I mounted the gauges. They all work. They turn on when they turn on the key. This is a turn signal switch. Right here, we need this chrome that's missing, and this is a speaker panel and the radio panel. However, I found on eBay for a really decent price, because it's all together: the chrome, the panel, and a block of radio plate, original from the 50s. For this dashboard. So I got it, and it's coming, so it's gonna just fix that hole, and it's gonna have no radio. I mean, it has no speedometer, just attack, that's what it is, None of these are connected, and these are impossible to find. The reason I got this and not an original one, don't think I would have just left the original one and tried to make it work. Don't think I put this because I wanted it. It's sick, and it goes with the theme of the truck, which is like highly modified truck that doesn't look anything like what it came, from the factory. But, it is what it is. And then people are going to wonder, what's that chrome bar there? There's a reason for that chrome bar. If you see this here, this cab that's part of a Jeep in the front, because it was extended forward by the previous person that attempted to build this truck. I bought this truck from a military Jeep collector here in El Paso. Became friends with that guy, and me and my brother went out to his house to buy the cab, and the only reason that he had bought the cab is because it was in a military Jeep chassis. So, to all people are asking why it desecrated or whatever, I actually saved this thing because nobody wanted it. It was, people might have wanted it, but they couldn't have put an original chassis or anything. They were just confused of why they had to cut it like this. That's the reason I did this, like the freakish channel job and everything is just, it lends itself already because it was modified. So it had a really ugly line here, and you can still see it because I haven't found the piece, but I think I'm just gonna like upholster it and like make a metal and weld it. I don't know, maybe. I'm still torn to fix this little edge, but this chrome bumper bar from a 57, I think it's a Cadillac or something, I don't know, but it wraps around, and over there in the edge it just meets perfect. I'll show you right now, and it's bolted and it looks sick, and it holds the gauges. And on this side I gotta fix it. I did this panel, I gotta clean it up a little bit, but that's from a 56 Mercury interior panel. And it's textured and it's crown. And it fits perfect. The edges are beveled. The only edge that I cut is this one, but I cleaned it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, work with what we have. So, right here was a switch for the wipers that I took out. However, I need a place to put the alternator charging light. You know that when you do a one wire dummy alternator tractor style, you use a 182 bulb, and when it starts charging, it should turn off. So when you open your ignition, the bulb comes on, and then when you start the car and it's actually charging, it turns off. But if it stays on, it tells you that your charging system's not working. So that's how it works. It's a tractor style, and that's how I use it on all of my hot rods and stuff like that, because it's the easiest way. That's why I always use a Chevy one wire alternator. Goddamn birds, yo. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it in the camera. There was like a piece of shit that just flew. Oh, there's another one. Man. Also, I gotta, if you see all this, but you know, the hoist is here and the tree. I'm not gonna go against nature. I'm just gonna clean it. And well, I'm gonna clean it and paint it, obviously. But yeah, the interior came out pretty sick. Obviously I have the new cover inside. I just gotta finish bolting it. That one's not even bolted. The cover's just on it. I wanted to just try it, and I'm gonna take that cover off and put it here, because you're gonna like get it used to the mold and like bend the edges in and shit and pull the string. I gotta screw that thing down. This, I don't know if the video shows, but this got ridiculously dirty because it's been really sandy here, and I still don't have that window. This one's here, but it's cracked. I think both windows are like $100 and some. It's expensive, so I might just chill on that. Make them out of Lexan. Still don't know, but we're gonna find out. Another unfortunate event here is that my front wheels still don't fit, even with that spacer. Even with the spacer, I'm still rubbing right here really bad. So I need like some 6-inch wheels that are 8 lug, 8 by 6.5, and they have to be like 16 by 6 or 16.5 by 6. This is hard to find. I saw some aluminum ones on eBay for $65 a piece, but they're 6 inches wide, and I don't know how wide these rims are, and what if I order them and they don't fit, and they don't say the back spacing, and they're from China, and fucking life's tough. I'm just waiting to see some 8-lugger like steels from like. The problem that this frame had, those Widowmaker rims that are the split, kind of like the ones my towing rig has, but the smaller ones, and then those are dangerous pretty much, and it only had one and one side, a good one. So I sold that. I sold that rim to the scrap metal. No, some guy from Craigslist came and bought it. Anyway, the rim's gone, the original one, and now I need 2 that fit and that are not Widowmaker rims that will kill you. Pretty much. Okay. So the battery's on, and then this tag does its thing when you turn it on. And then it has different color lights. You can go green, pink, whatever, you know. I find that classic yellow one goes good with those gauges that are pretty much that same color. I want to run a bulb to this so I can illuminate, even though it doesn't work. And then I'll keep running the fan and the fuel pump and whatever, because it's gonna get the engine flooded. It happened last time, because this is pretty much continuously circulating, but if the float gets stuck, it'll just flood the goddamn thing.